There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Anime Church. the church where you can cosplay and we won't judge you for it. That's right. We judge you for more important things, like how terrible of a personality you have. That's very important. Yes. Um, I am apparently your only host today, Richie Roberts. I think Fenris said something about him not being able to be here, which now I'm really glad that I didn't go traipsing through a crap ton of anime news because holy crap, guys, there's a lot of stuff that we're covering. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 tabs. 18 tabs worth of news for you guys. Here with the ads. Oh no! Oh no, not the ads. Not the ads. Whatever will we do with this ad revenue that I don't think we see? Let me know when you're back. Let me know when you're back from ad hell. And I'll stop talking about nonsense stuff and we'll go back to oh, they're skippable here. Oh, that's good. Good to know. Yay. So they're not like Twitch ads that pop up and never go away until the time is up. Gotcha. All right. So we got a bunch of stuff that happened this week. CinemaCon happened this week, and that's why we're going to be talking about a couple of trailers that came out that maybe are a little bit nerdy. I tried to just stick with more or less the nerdy stuff. So we're going to talk Street Fighter. That's nerdy because games. Obviously, we have The Mandalorian and Grogu's final trailer, so that's going to be Star Wars. That's nerdy. And then Spaceballs had a little teaser, and of course, that while that's parody and silly, it's also nerdy. Also, this is a parody channel right now. We do parody stuff here, so obviously we want to cover that. And then, yeah, we're going to talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie and the revenue it's pulling in because we got an update on that. And one of the things that that Fenris and I talked about before was we've talked a bit about Johnny Somali, and since we've talked about it, I might as well update you guys as to what's going on. And yeah, that'll be our main stuff. I've got 2 Subnautica things that we're doing. There is there's a trailer for just I think it's an indie game that looked really neat. Yeah, Capcom threatening legal stuff against a modder. Phasmo is doing a crossover event coming up next month. Then we're going to talk about Stop Killing Games stuff real quick. I want to give you guys an update on something that's going on in there. And then, of course, we got to talk about the fact that they're going to be making a Bloodborne film. What the frick? So, and then, and to start off the anime block, I wanted to share with you a video that I was looking at earlier, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I want to talk about this. And it's talking about the difference between, the nuanced difference between sub and dub in One Piece, which I think is really good. Spider, that's the reason we have an update on this. So the Johnny thing, there is an update on the Johnny thing. All right, so you need to go check out Legal Mindset if you want to get the details. I'm just gonna go over some small stuff, and then there was a spoiler website that got taken down. Webtoons updates and some slime news. Pardon me. There's some slime news. That's right. Slime, one of the slime manga, printed an oopsie, and they had to correct it. You'll see mine first. Good stuff. All right. So that being said, let me pull up all the stuff and OBS. Okay. So all that is going. All right. So just really quickly, who here has actually seen the trailers for Street Fighter, Mando and Grogu, and like the little Spaceballs announcement? Because if you guys have all seen it, I'd probably just okay. There was a no, so we'll just go ahead and show it, and we'll pause from time to time to talk about it real quick. So, Street Fighter Yeah. Guys, remember that they did like a really short teaser for this at the Game Awards. So this is the last sorry. This is the first update that we've technically had for this since the Game Awards. All right.
I got good news, y'all. Gathered here are the world's best fighters.
I won't deny it, I'm a street fighter.
But only one of which will be crowned the world champion of street fighting.
I will say this. They definitely look the part. Like, they look how you would think that they would. They look how they're supposed to look. Yes, I agree. This is going to be silly, and that's okay. If they lean into that.
You're not a warrior anymore. You're a sideshow.
What's up, MTV? I'm Ken Masters.
This is your shot at redemption.
Who are you gonna show?
The path I'm on now is not one of combat.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
Wow. Okay, so that's a music switch going from I think there was Biggie. I could be wrong, but going from the hip hop scene to what is it? Four Blondes? The Hey song.
How did you find me?
What's going on?
I'm paid to find champions,
Oh, Zangief looks good.
even if they're lost.
I'm assuming that's Chun-Li. Okay, just burnt out drunk Ken doing karaoke all by himself. Accurate.
Good to see you, old friend. Still reckless. Sit down.
And he took his sock off.
What it seems.
Hold on. Yeah, flipped him over and he took his sock from him. That's hilarious. Look at this. It just...
Sit down.
Yep. Because he's got the sock in his hand. I'm like, damn, dude.
This tournament is not what it seems.
Oh, yeah,
We have
Dave
to be ready.
Dashmalin is Major Bison or M. Bison. So David Dashmalin, for those of you that have seen the live-action One Piece, Mr. 3. He played Mr. 3. Also, he was the Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. If you haven't seen that, yeah. Yeah, he looks accurate for Guile, and that's what's so silly. Guile looks silly in real life. That's just kind of yeah.
Everyone keeps going on about your thighs. What's going on? I don't see what the big deal is. What's going on? Bitch, please.
Cammy sitting there talking about thighs with her whole ass leg out. Damn! E-Honda! Is that a Kuma?
Cadaver shit.
Oh, what's going on?
Sure you can. Oh yeah, Blanca. That's right. You know what? Hang on. Let's go back to Blanca real quick. Okay, this is Jason Momoa, and I kind of sort of see it. I mean, he does look pretty good. I'll say this. This definitely looks better and more fun than the previous movie. The previous Street Fighter. Don't get me wrong, I love the campiness of it, but like honestly, the best thing the best thing about the old Street Fighter movie was Raul Julia playing Bison, because Raul Julia just fucking ate it all up. It was great. He had a ball with that. Also, the woman that was cast as Chun-Li in the previous film also was really good. Like, I think she was fucking hot, dude. That's I was a teenager when I saw that. Absolutely, I was aware of girls at that time. Yeah, she was fucking hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Positive that a fireball came out of Ryu.
Oh, we're actually doing okay. So we're doing Hadokens. Okay, so we're actually so we're not pretending like it's just martial arts and there's no like energy bomb. Okay, so that's okay. You know what? I'm a little bit happier that we're actually putting Hadokens and like sonic booms and stuff like that in there. I want the energy blasts. I need the energy blasts. But yeah, dude, I know a few, like very, very few things about Street Fighter lore. Like very, very few things. I will say I'm very happy with the audio for this. I love the game sound effects that they've put in here. So like when you hear perfect and all that stuff, it's literally from my memory of the Street Fighter 2 game, because I played Street Fighter 2 on the arcade machine when I was a kid back in the early 90s. Like, dude, at that point in time, we could go to the bowling alley, which is right over here, and they had like a little arcade area, and just yeah, we just we would play Street Fighter 2 on the arcade machine. And yeah, so a lot of the sound effects that they use from the game really kind of hit that nostalgia tickle. I don't know, man. I feel like this is something I would watch on streaming. I'm not really going to shell out the crazy money for a movie theater ticket for this. It just looks like a fun time. I'd get it on streaming, watch it on my wall, and have the theater experience, but I definitely wouldn't do like a $15 to $20 ticket for this movie. Like, I gotta watch how much money I'm spending nowadays. So, and God only knows how our economy is gonna be, you know, when this comes out in October. So, yeah. I think this is kind of a quick, fun watch, and then I'm over it. I don't think it's gonna stick with me and be like, I don't think this is a movie that I'm gonna be thinking about all day long, or even or much less all week. So, you know, it's just fun. Turn your brain off. I'm expecting this to be just as good / bad as the 90s movie. So if it's better than the 90s movie, it's already exceeding my expectations. I don't have a lot of expectations for this, but I'm not going into it with expectations. Like, my whole thing is, if it's fun, that's all I care about, you know? So I kind of put this on streaming. That's where I'm at. Now, as for the next one, we've got The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, I am very here for this. I loved season 1. I loved season 2. I was meh about season 3. Like, once they got out of like some of the middle episodes and stuff, like the first 2 episodes, the last couple episodes of season 3, those were all good. Like, once we got to like the heart of the story, which was like getting back to like all the Moff Gideon stuff, and the uniting of the 2 Mandalorian clans, and just, oh man, it's so good. I love that. So going into this with the knowledge that I have from watching the Star Wars TV series that I have, not just this, but like other Star Wars series, I actually liked Ahsoka. I thought Ahsoka was really good. But yeah, this is Jon Favreau directing The Mandalorian and Grogu. He co-wrote the script, I believe, with Dave Filoni. And yeah, I've seen the Haikyuu collab in the list. Wait, what? No, What Haikyuu collab? I didn't see anything about a Haikyuu collab. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get... Oh, we're starting off with Yoda's theme. I like
We've
that.
all heard stories of the Mandalorian bounty hunter
Why is
and a
it
child.
subtitles turned on?
I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
There's Sigourney Weaver again.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor first.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Good luck.
That looks so good, though.
You're gonna need it.
Hey.
Oh, the horrible baby. The bad baby.
That man baby.
Strap in.
I like those guys.
We need a professional.
Hang on.
Are those the Clone Wars vehicles? Yeah, those are from the
What
Clone Wars
happens
and
when
then
you're not there to
AT-ATs.
protect him?
You good?
Squish.
I'll be right behind you. Go. Go!
Mandalorian, you will suffer. Then it will be his turn.
That's not the Mythosaur. That's something.
The
We
old
did see the
protect the
Mythosaur.
young. And then the young. Protect the old.
You don't need to. Memorial
It's
Day.
time.
Okay, so that's...
Are you scared? You should be.
Good job, baby.
This is the way.
This looks fun. Now, I hear, or rather, I heard from people that had been to CinemaCon for the Disney presentation, and they showed like more footage of this, and they were saying like the action looked awesome. Okay, so the Disney side of things is kind of like burned me off of Star Wars, like especially the movies that they put out. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Rogue One was amazing, but like the quote unquote the sequel trilogy or whatever, it was not it. And and some of the shows have been kind of hit or miss. I think Kenobi was like kind of a miss. It had some good, don't get me wrong, it had some good moments to it, but I don't think Kenobi was good, and we're not even going to acknowledge the Acolyte. That show doesn't exist. But like Ahsoka was good. The Mandalorian was good. Are there any others? I mean, Rebels was always good. I loved Rebels. Now, does it help to have a working knowledge of some of those shows and those properties going into this? Yeah. Do you need to? No. You can just go watch it. I am looking forward to Star Wars being back in theaters. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go see this in theaters or if I'm going to wait. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it would be fun, and I do love Star Wars. It's one of those things I'm probably going to wait to see what the audience has to say about this. Like, if audiences are enjoying it, then I will probably go see it. You know? It's mostly because I'm weighing my expectations here, because I have been to all 3 of the sequel movies and went to see them in theaters, and I felt like I wanted my money back afterwards. Well, okay, that's not fair. Episode 7 was good. Episode 7 was good. I mean, it was basically a clone of Episode 4, but yeah, it was still good. That being said, the other 2, it felt like that whole trilogy felt so discombobulated because they didn't have a complete story, an overall story, it felt like, that they were trying to tell over those 3 movies. It just felt like, here's the story we want to tell this movie. Here's the story we want to tell this movie. Here's the story we want to tell this movie. And it didn't feel like there was one through line narrative. Like with the prequels and with the original trilogy, it was, you saw that George had an overarching story told in those 3 parts. It was like a 3-act play, essentially, you know? So, you know, episode 1 was act 1, episode 2 was act 2, and then you get to Revenge of the Sith for your act 3. And then you have A New Hope as your act 1. You have Empire as your act 2. And boy, what an act 2. That's a good way to stop an act 2 and make people wait before you hit act 3. And then you had Jedi for act 3. And I think, while I don't think Jedi was nearly as good, and I think it's the most lacking of the original trilogy, definitely the most kid-friendly, it feels like, of the original trilogy, it's still, it pays off everything narratively and character-wise that it needs to pay off. So yeah, I just felt like it was much better written because he had an outline for what he wanted to do. Now, that also being said, some things that are happening in Star Wars right now that I'm really, really enjoying, guys, if you get the chance, please check out Maul Shadow Lord. That is as close as I think we're ever going to get to rated R Star Wars. This is Darth Maul during the time of the Empire, before Rebels, but after Episode 3. So this is probably early years of the Empire, and Maul is running around and doing all sorts of things and just murking folks left and right. So yeah, if you watch the Clone Wars, you definitely want to watch Maul Shadow Lord. And if you don't even know anything about the Clone Wars, well, don't worry, they'll fill you in eventually. Yeah, just watch this. It's so good. Like, Maul is our main character. We're following Maul now, so we get to tell so many stories, and I'm really digging all of this stuff that's going on at present. So I don't want to spoil anything. I just want you guys to like go in, but I'm saying that because once again, this feels like Maul is a Filoni project, Mandalorian is a Filoni project, freaking Ahsoka is a Filoni project. And it feels like the Filoni projects, like Rebels, it feels like a lot of the Filoni projects are the ones that are like that really did well, you know? And so I'm gonna give this one I'm gonna give the movie the benefit of the doubt. I'll probably go see it in theaters. But yeah, I'll wait to hear some audience feedback first so that I know what's going on with that. All right. This is the one that I feel like Fenris is going to be a little disappointed that he missed. But it is nice seeing Rick Moranis come back and doing interviews and stuff for the movie. So here we go. Spaceballs. Let's talk about it real quick.
Nearly 40 years ago, a promise was made.
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money.
The search.
Money, you know?
Signal Jam. I love the jam.
Wait a minute. It's me, Mel Brooks. I have a major announcement.
Dude, he is 99 years old. He's
2,
looking great.
The Search for More Money is not going to be the title of this movie. Why not? Because after all these years, I found the money. There it is, the money. It was in my basement. But everywhere I go, people say, Mel, where's the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new one? Well, we did it. And the title is Spaceballs, the new one. It's just like the old one, but it's newer. That's why it's called the new one. There you have it. I'll see you at the movies, and may the Schwartz be with you.
Okay, so it's going to be April next year. I am absolutely going to the theater to watch this. You got to be out of your mind. April 23rd next year. So we're just a little over a year away from this. So it's in post-production. God, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. Because the first one was just so damn good. But yeah. Spaceballs, the new one. We have our title reveal. I'm looking forward to the trailers for this later on when we get to next year. I wonder if they'll put out a Spaceballs trailer for the Super Bowl. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, there we go. Those are all the trailers I wanted to cover and give my thoughts on. So let's cover one more movie bit of news. The Super Mario Galaxy movie crosses $308 million in the U.S. for a total of $628 million worldwide. That's right, guys. As of this moment, it's reached $500 million worldwide. Now, it's not doing quite the numbers that the first Mario Brothers movie did, but I wasn't expecting that to begin with. But it's nice to see that it's getting up there and doing well, because this bodes well for the Zelda movie. Because if we got that hype going, I think Zelda's going to be at a good place. I really hope the movie's good, but I hope it's going to be something that audiences will go and see because they enjoyed the Mario movies. Okay, let's talk about this. Yes, so the American YouTuber, if you want to call him a YouTuber, he's a streamer. So Johnny Somali, who caused all that controversy over in Korea, was sentenced this week. He was sentenced to 6 months in labor prison and 20 days. So it is 6 months and 20 days. Now, here is the update that I want to talk to you guys about. The lawyer for the Korean streamer known as Bong Bong. Oh, hi, Fenris.
I had an emergency I had to handle.
Oh, no, you're fine. You came in just in time for the... I'm sorry that you'd missed the last story I covered, because that was the one I really wanted to cover with you.
I don't even know where we're at right now.
The title is Spaceballs, the new one.
Oh, yeah, they can't call it Spaceballs 2, the quest for more money, because they found the money in his basement.
The search for more money, because we found the money. It was in my basement. I love that. I was like, you know what? Fair. But now we're talking about Johnny Somali. And I was talking about the update. And guys, if you want more details on the update, please go check out Legal Mindset's channel. But the update is that the Korean streamer known as Bong Bong has talked to her lawyer, and so there's a 1-week appeals process after the sentencing begins, and that is appeals on both sides. So the defense can appeal, the prosecution can appeal. So she talked to her lawyer and her lawyer is urging her lawyer is urging the prosecution to appeal this for a larger sentence. Now, I could be wrong, but to my understanding of things after watching the video from Legal Mindset about this, it just starting an appeal would add an extra 6 months to his sentence. Just having an appeal from the prosecution would add 6 extra months. So
not necessarily from my understanding.
Okay.
My understanding was if Johnny was to start the appeal, first and foremost, it would be while he's in prison.
Yes, and it would take 6 months for his appeal to go through.
It could take up to 6 months.
Yes. But no, this was a separate thing that I was hearing from, and I could be wrong, but because I did hear both, but I was hearing that by the prosecution filing an appeal, it could automatically add just another 6 months. But from my understanding, the judge didn't think that Bong Bong seemed all that emotionally damaged, and that's why he got a lighter sentence. And that's what a big part of the appeal is from Bong Bong's lawyer, is that no, there was significant emotional damage. I suffered from all of these comments. I got a lot of hate and a lot of Korean hate, specifically because of the things that he was making in these deep fake AI videos or whatever. And yeah. So yeah, they are most definitely seeking a harsher sentence. And again, they could also appeal on multiple charges.
So it wasn't, the judge had basically said that, from what I'm reading right now, because I looked up, because I wasn't entirely sure what the proper terminology used was.
Gotcha.
The judge had said that there was not enough sexual humiliation caused to justify a longer sentence.
Oh, also, one other thing that I need to add is that he is, Mr. Cabbage Farmer here is also registered for 5 years. He will be registered
right now. He will be registered in South Korea, but when he gets back to the States, he has to register here as well.
And that's lifetime.
Yes.
Over here, that's lifetime. Also, when he gets here, he may have to face the legal system here.
Yes, and considering that he served prison time, from my understanding, I've been following this entire thing since it began like a year and a half ago. From my understanding, once he gets back here, he loses his passport.
Yeah.
Because at this point, he would be an international criminal.
Yeah. Also, for people, I need people to understand, like, what this man did was beyond dishonorable and disgusting. And while there are criminals that he's going to be in there with, a lot of them are very patriotic Korean criminals that will not look kindly upon
him and his antics,
which will not look very kindly upon him and his abuse of the comfort women statue. Yeah. That's so anybody that's thinking, oh, 6 months, it's nothing. I'm just like, yeah. And for the time, the amount of time does not match the crime that here, but like how he's going to be treated in prison, I think that will definitely match the punishment. But there is a lot of talk right now, I feel, from the prosecution team that the sentence does not quite.
So it's not just the prosecution team that's trying to push for an appeal, or the Bong Bong's team that's pushing for the prosecution for an appeal. It's also the Somali conviction team, headed by Legal Mindset, pushing for a stronger sentence as well.
Yeah. Guys, here's the thing. You can't, I'm sorry, 6 months is a slap on the wrist. You cannot slap these guys on the wrist. This is the same guy that was like in front of a Japanese judge saying, oh, I'll never do it again. And then immediately when he gets out of there, starts talking all this shit. He's not going to learn his lesson unless you force him to learn his lesson. And 6 months is not enough time to force him to learn his lesson. But we're happy that he got sentenced, because at least we get to laugh at the video where he says he's not going to do jail time at all. We're like, yeah,
have fun. Everybody, or a lot of people, knew that was a lie.
Yeah, have fun picking cabbages, my guy. But it's so nice.
No, it won't be at a cabbage farm, because of him having to register, he cannot be in proximity or working with children or women.
Oh, damn. That's so much worse. Well, yeah, fun times. So,
which this fact, the fact that he's going to be registered, also plays into something that almost every prisoner across the world agrees with.
Mm-hmm.
You don't fuck with kids.
Also true. Yeah. He's about to be someone's toy. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
He's probably going to get passed around.
Yeah. Well, the thing about toys is you share them, you know? So, All right. It's always nice to see good things happen to bad people, and good for us, not for them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. I will go and screen share with you now so we can look at some of the stuff, because there is a thing here that I did want to share with you. I'm glad you're here. So I've got 2 bits of Subnautica news. They're not necessarily back to back, but the first one I definitely wanted to show with you, especially because of the stuff that happens that they talk about in the second half. So good. What's up?
I'm trying to move my Discord to my other screen, and I keep clicking your fucking bar on the screen, thinking it's mine.
My bad. All right. So here we go, guys. We're gonna look over some of this, and I definitely want to get your thoughts and your comments. I am still able to see chat, but yeah, let me know if you want me to pause it at any time, Fenris, and I'll be happy to do so.
My name is Dina. I'm from Kazakhstan. Usually I work as photographer and videographer. In 2023, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and because of the treatment, I had a lot of free time and at the same time weakness and fatigue, so I couldn't do a lot of activities. It was the moment when I started to play video games, because I wasn't like video gamer before, but always knew somehow that I probably will like video games. So when my treatment started and I had a lot of free time, I thought like, why not try and to see? And I just googled top list of best video games of all time, and Subnautica was on the list. I was totally blind. I didn't know anything about video games, didn't know what to expect. I just decided to give it a chance, and best experience, the time of my life. I grew up by the coast of the Caspian Sea. So as a kid, it was a lot of swimming in the summer, and I always loved urge to just dive and discover. My first days in Subnautica was like everything that I always wanted to experience. This bright color reefs with friendly fishes, and it felt like a dream that I always had, and it was relaxing.
We encourage you to nurture your dreams.
Well, so I played Subnautica not just at home, but because HEMA sessions quite long, so I just took my laptop with me and played there. And it really helped because you have to spend there maybe 5, maybe 6 hours, sometimes even more. When you have an ocean, like a whole planet to discover, like it doesn't feel like bad, it doesn't feel sad to go to HEMA. It just feels like, okay, just one more adventure. It kind of helped me to have good feelings, to get good memories from it. Usually in media, cancer story are sad story. Generally, when people hear like cancer, they imagine like sad people, dead people sometimes. And I don't really like it because cancer is like, it's so many people have it these days. After I posted my post on Reddit, I received like so many comments, and I read them all, and I was touched that there were not only people who like cheered me up, but also people who also had cancer in like their life. Just wanted to make more positive example of cancer story, not just sad stories. We went through the similar journeys together and similar experiences, not only like on that ocean planet, but with our cancer stories. It also helped me to feel like connected with people. I had this feeling of like fear of unknown because you never prepared for things like this. And when I started to play Subnautica, I also had kind of similar feeling, and while I was exploring the planet in the game, I also was like navigating my treatment, my diagnosis, learning more about it, and it kind of became less and less scary. I thought that Reaper is kind of similar to to my case because it just stays here and you were aware of it. If you like know how to behave, if you doing your best, you just live happily together. I never tried this before. I don't know why. You see, it just goes like around on my like arm, and I'm just. When you have a tattoo, I don't know like if you have this feeling or not, but sometimes you just forget that you have such a cool tattoo, and you just pass by the mirror and you look, wow, this looks so nice.
Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
I had this box like for a week or maybe more. Oh, I'm shaking like literally. I didn't expect it. In the process of making Subnautica 2, we often find ourselves challenged to stay inspired. But fans like you help renew our passion. Seeing your repertoire too and hearing your story reminds us that while we are getting paid to do our jobs, the real reward is crafting a game that reaches people, especially in their time of need. I'm like touched, like yeah, really didn't expect to be so emotional.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Zach Weigel. I'm the founder and CEO of an organization called Gamers Outreach. We're a nonprofit that works with hospitals all around the world to help give kids access to video games while they receive medical care. When a child is in treatment, so much of their daily life suddenly becomes about procedures, recovery, and what it means to be in a medical environment. Kids are dealing with experiences that are difficult, and they really benefit from ways to mentally step outside of that environment for a while. So things like video games give them something totally different to focus on. Games provide a source of exploration, creativity, ways to socialize, and of course we all know as gamers, they're just plain fun. The thing that stands out most to me is the sense of discovery and creativity that people experience while they're playing. Subnautica really encourages players to
pause and go back about
build.
15 seconds.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
A little bit more.
But okay.
Why does the adult seem to be having more fun than the kid?
I was wondering that too. Or maybe, hey, it could be that the kid's just locked in.
True.
Yeah. Like, I have those moments where I'm just dialed in and I'm like, yo, I'm not making facial expressions. I'm too busy concentrating, you know? So it could be either
very
or. But
true,
yeah, that's very funny.
That's all I had.
And figure things out on their own.
Also, okay, hang on. Does this guy kind of look like Bernie Burns from Rooster Teeth?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm not the only
really
one.
Encourages players to explore, build, and figure things out on their own. There's just something calm about an ocean setting. The colors, the creature, the atmospheres. These really create immersive spaces for kids to sink into. So they're not thinking about treatment schedules or anything else that might be going on. They're thinking about what's behind that next reef. I think games like Subnautica really offer this almost meditative, calming experience. Games like Subnautica don't just offer distraction, they really mentally transport children and families to somewhere entirely else. In Subnautica, of course, you're exploring alien oceans, you're discovering new creatures, and you're building something of your own. And that kind of immersive experience makes a huge difference in helping kids relax, cope, and just stay positive during their treatments. It's incredible to see the impact that video games have inside healthcare facilities. They really create a sense of escape and connection at a time when kids often feel like they're isolated and have very little control over what's going on. And so what we're recognizing is that video games often give folks something they can share in together that isn't about the illness or treatment that is taking place. We've seen parents playing with their kids, we're seeing siblings compete with each other, and we're even seeing times where health workers are actually using video games as a way to decompress themselves or as a way to connect with kids who are going through treatment. You know, we've seen instances where a health worker might use a video game to ease a child's anxiety. Maybe they will explain a certain type of procedure that's about to happen, and they'll do that while they're playing games with the child to just connect with them in a way that's more familiar.
This PDA has rebooted with one directive: to keep you alive.
Subnautica was a once-in-a-lifetime type of game.
I can't overstate how proud I am that they've gotten to this point.
It's really cool to make these sort of milestones.
It feels like there's nothing else like it.
That is so sick! Oh, that is so freaking cool!
Okay, so in answer to your question of what is this video about, these are community videos. They're videos that the Subnautica channel puts out around stories based around their community. And this one happened to be about someone who got diagnosed with cancer and had to go through treatment. And because of the treatment and the side effects of the treatment, they couldn't go out and do all the things that they used to be able to do. They couldn't go outdoors and do all the activities that they used to. So they picked up video games as kind of a way to, you know, just do something and have their mind on something else. And yeah, so they took their laptop to their chemo appointments, which can take a very, very long time. So your chemo treatments you're just sitting there for hours, and they would play Subnautica on their laptop. And that was a community story that they wanted to share. And then at the same time, they also shared this charity that's out here called Gamers Outreach. And I'm wondering, because this could be a possibility, this could also just be wishful thinking on my part, but I don't think they would be showing Gamers Outreach this much in this video if they didn't have something in the works with them, possibly. So my thing is, I would love to ask and find out if they're going to take some of that 250 million that they would get if the game does well, that they're supposed to be paid. They'd take some of that and put it toward Gamers Outreach. Because if they take some of that 250 mil, if they take a cut of that and give it to Gamers Outreach, oh yeah, I'm absolutely buying the shit out of Subnautica 2. Yes, I want it to do well because I want to support this. And guys, also, I just wanted to plug Gamers Outreach because I thought this was such a neat and interesting idea. You know, giving kids who are stuck in the hospital, having to go through treatment and all these multiple things, like bringing in games for them, you know, when they're just stuck at the hospital and everything is a drag. I thought this was really cool. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. What if you got any other comments? Let me know. Anything you want to say, Fenris?
Like, I understand that Subnautica's been a life changer for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't played it, nor do I have any desire to play it.
No, that's cool. I will also agree with, and I know that it could be this way for different genres of games. But for me, like a building game, like a Satisfactory or a Subnautica, those kind of games, I can really just kind of zen out on those games. Like, it's just, for me, it's like the very task-oriented game where it's like, okay, I got this done, and then here's the next task, and here's the next task. Like, I could just veg out on that and blink my eyes, and several hours have passed. So that's kind of where,
most definitely.
Yeah, and that's a big portion. That's a big portion of Subnautica. It's very much that go around, collect resources, build things with those resources, discover more things and new blueprints, make more resources, and there is a story element to it as well. But yeah, games like that I can definitely like get lost in pretty easily. And Subnautica being a single player game, I can understand, like, it would be a lot more fun for multiplayer. That's why I think Subnautica 2, I think, will do really well. But yeah, because I always was like, man, I'd really like to have other people playing this game with me because it's so annoying having to go around and just find all this shit by myself. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to share share this story because I thought it was really neat. Essentially, I wanted to share some good stuff and like some positivity in the gaming sphere, you know. So there we go. All right.
Something we don't get very often.
More readings later.
No, we don't get that very often. All right, so I saw this trailer and I was like, wait, there's nothing down below. Okay, this looks like the scary type of stuff I think about when I thought this trailer feels exactly like the fear I had of Subnautica when I first started playing it. Because I'm like, what's in the deeper, darker areas of the ocean? Oh my God, I'm so terrified. You know, that fear of the unknown. This trailer gave me that feeling, so I just kind of wanted to share it.
Any shifts in the thermal readings lately?
Negative. Still holding at 85 kilometers wide, 3 degrees above ambient.
That's a hell of a geothermal gold mine, huh?
It's possible. Heat that out usually means instability. We don't know what's holding this together, or how deep it goes.
Let's push on. Dead end, we turn back. Deal? Stuart, are you seeing this?
Get yourself safe!
So yeah, it's just a big nope to going down the hole. That's what this trailer was, and I was like, yeah, give me those vibes. No, I don't want to go down there. No, there's nothing down there. Then I don't need to go in and explore if there's nothing down there. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right where I am, outside of the water. Thank you very much. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of neat that it gave me the same vibes I had before for when I first played Subnautica. I mean, now that I know how the game is and everything, it's a different story, but yeah. All right. Let's cover our next bit of Subnautica news real quick, because there is an interesting development happening over on Steam, and I wanted to share that.
Subnautica 2 continues to humiliate Krafton's CEO. Now they removed them as publisher from all their storefronts. Let's talk about it. Players have really put their weight behind Unknown Worlds and Subnautica 2, especially now that we've seen those messages that prove that the CEO of Krafton was indeed trying to do a hostile takeover and get rid of everybody in charge at Unknown Worlds. And as you probably know, last month the courts ordered that Krafton reinstate Ted Gill as CEO of Unknown Worlds, and that Krafton was no longer allowed to interfere in the launch of Subnautica 2's early access. And with the way things are right now, there are a lot of people that want to stick it to the man, so we've all been paying attention to Subnautica 2 and their launch in order to make sure that they have to get their $250 million. And since everybody's keeping an eye on Subnautica 2, they noticed a little detail, and that's if you look at their storefronts on Steam and Epic Games and anywhere else, you notice that Krafton doesn't show up as the publisher anymore. Now don't get too excited. As far as I know, Krafton is still publishing the game. I think this is more of a 3D chess move from Gill in order to show his unadulterated power that the courts have given him for the launch of Subnautica 2, and to stick it to the man. This all happened because Krafton's CEO made a deal, and then he felt humiliated that he had to actually go through with the deal when it proved that they were actually going to succeed at this game. And in his CEO brain, he decided that a hostile takeover was the only solution. But he didn't realize that the company would actually fight back, and now he's facing a bigger humiliation as he's just gotta sit back as they do whatever they want. And as it stands, it's looking like Subnautica is back on track with the original plan, and they're going to be able to pass the finish line and get their $250 million bonus. I love the smell of CEOs humiliating themselves in the morning.
So yeah, just wanted to share that little bit.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that little bit of happy gamer news. Now, before we get on to this next story, which honestly, I kind of understand where Capcom is coming. I do want to point out that Capcom is kind of on fire right now with Resident Evil 9, and now, oh my God, like so many people are loving Pragmatica. All the people that I've seen playing it have been really enjoying it, and I'm glad I have this on my wish list. I definitely want to play it. But yeah, they've had a lot of really good things to say about the characters, the story, and the gameplay. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. Everybody is just like, apparently, like almost instantly, everybody is falling in love with the little robot girl. And it's just like, okay, yeah, now I'm a girl dad. I am a girl dad. 100%. I'm a girl dad. Like everybody is becoming a girl dad like almost immediately, and I'm loving
it's kind of funny as well that people are calling it, Dad Simulator, and then they go to Resident Evil Requiem and call it Mom Simulator.
To be fair, that's on the Grace side of things. On the Leon side of things, it's the Daddy Simulator.
On the Leon side of things, it's the motherfucker John Wick wishes he was me simulator.
No. It's pronounced Da-D. Okay, now that one was what you thought it was. All right. So Resident Evil adult mods YouTuber is temporarily banned after Capcom intervenes. Yes. NSFW mods for games aren't really a new thing. You'll find ones that make characters go nude, give them skimpy outfits, or even change their body proportions. Even newer games like Resident Evil Requiem aren't safe, as it took only 4 days for someone to put out a shirtless Leon mod. Which, come on. Don't pretend. Every girl that I know that found out that there was a shirtless Leon mod was like, well, I'm going to start downloading mods. And I'm like, yeah, see, we finally got to the point where we have the girls gooning over gaming characters just as hard as the boys gooning over female gaming characters. So I feel like we finally reached that level of equality where we can all just play games and goon together, you know? Leon with no shirt. Oh yeah. There we go. Don't take away our NS freedom. That's not what's happening. All right. While such mods have plenty of fans, it seems Capcom isn't taking too kindly to its characters being given the NSFW treatment in game. The company reached out to YouTuber Grizzo UK and demanded that he stop uploading videos of adult-oriented Resident Evil Requiem mods. Now, please understand something. Capcom is not going after the modders. They're not going after modding sites. They're going after people that are uploading videos of those mods that they deem inappropriate. And I hate to be the asshole here, but Capcom is well within its rights to do this. I know everybody's like, frick the man.
Capcom did announce a couple years ago it would start cracking down on content like this. They gave everybody fair warning.
Also, if you're going to use NSFW mods, don't put them on YouTube, dumbass. Just saying. Like, guys, I think if you start modding, you literally can just ask people who play with mods and stuff like that, what are they going to do and things. To be fair, Capcom's not anti all of the mods. Like the arachnophobia mods that came out within like the first couple of days, Capcom was actually fine with that. In fact, some of them guys were like, oh man, I wish we had put in an arachnophobia mode because we didn't think about that. We were just like, spiders scary, and now
they're damn right they're scary.
Yeah. But yeah.
Especially the size of a fucking train engine.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, the other thing is that Skyrim and Fallout are Bethesda, and Bethesda's very pro mod. They are very pro their modding community
because their modding community good reason.
Because their modding community fixes their broken ass games.
They don't fix it; they finish it.
Yeah, basically. Bethesda
joke.
Bethesda is the guy saying, Master Chief, what are you doing here? The modding community is the one, sir, finishing this fight.
But yeah, there's a long-standing joke that when Bethesda got bought out by Microsoft, most of their devs quit because they would be expected to do their actual job.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But yeah, so what happened is this guy got copyright strikes on multiple videos on his channel. His channel got taken down. He is in the process of appealing it and all that jazz. And to be fair, the copyright system is rife for abuse, and I think it does get abused a little bit too much by companies. But also at the same time, dude, you were posting a lot of mods up on your channel. Like, here's the thing. I will stream modded content, but I will not keep modded content. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't just leave modded content up there for everybody to see. It's like, I'm sorry, but you're literally, my response to this is Philip DeFranco. Don't be stupid. That's just it. Like, quit fucking around and posting this shit all over YouTube. You're gonna get the rest of us in trouble, and we like our mods. Stop it. Oh, man. It just feels like that one guy that, like, tells on everybody accidentally, and then, like, then the thing we were all enjoying just goes away because he couldn't keep his freaking mouth shut. That's kind of what this feels like to me.
Just kind of.
Kind of, yeah. You want to get into some Phasmo news now? It's not much. It's a trailer, but it's that's a question for you. Have you played Alan Wake? Do you know anything about Alan Wake?
I have played Alan Wake 1. I have played Alan Wake 2. I have played Alan Wake American Nightmare. I auditioned for Alan Wake 2.
Dude, that's dope. I just recently purchased Alan Wake 1 because it was like $2 and something on Steam. They're having a Microsoft sale.
It has one of the best gaming soundtracks ever, and it introduced me to one of the best Finnish metal or rock bands I have ever heard.
Well, then I think you will be a little bit happy to see what Phasmo is doing next month.
I'm very happy with this.
You're very happy with this. All right, let's get to it.
Everywhere the investigator looked, there were signs of two worlds colliding. Glimpses into a mystery, clues that teased, out-of-place objects and signs, yet nothing that revealed it fully. This was a story told somewhere else, where the pages of the manuscript had been written, from where the writer of the story was desperately reaching for the light. And with that act, he was threatening to spill out the darkness of his prison. A writer by the name of Alan Wake.
That looks so cool. I
really want to know how they're going to handle this.
I do too. This looks real good.
The flashlight on the ghost to help try to figure out what it is.
I don't know,
Are we
man.
able to use the flashlight as a defensive weapon during hunts?
Oh, that'd be so good.
Come on.
I need to know. I need to know. Please. Please, Phasmophobia team. Please. More answers. We need more. We need more answers, guys. Kinetic Games. Please. More answers. I'm sure that as we get closer to the event, like they'll put out like a docky or whatever, the stuff that they put out that's just like that talks about, hey, here's what's coming up in this. But yeah, I love this collaboration. This is great. And it reminded me, I need to get Alan Wake and play that. I've heard great things about it.
So you haven't played it yet?
No, I haven't played Alan Wake. Yeah, no.
You
I
are
am currently running my way through Final Fantasy 16 because I finally remembered, I have that game. I need to play that. And I think I'm toward the end. I've just been like endlessly playing it because I'm just like, I want to get it over with. I need to, because I know how I am with JRPGs. If I don't run through it and get it done in one go, I will not come back to it as soon as I put it down, just because I'll forget about it. Yeah.
So this is Alan Wake is one of those games where I will say, put down whatever you're currently playing, hop into that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that right now.
Also, did you get all the DLC with it?
I don't know. I don't think I did.
Did you buy it on Steam?
Yeah, I bought it on Steam. And
you say you paid like $2 for it?
Yeah, $2 and something. I think with the DLC it's like $4, and I don't think I had that in my bank account.
The collector's edition?
Maybe? I don't know.
Is $2.
Okay, then yeah, I probably got that then.
The base game is $1.49.
I don't know.
Once again, anybody who's watching us that hasn't played it, highly recommend buying the game.
Okay, yeah, especially with how cheap it is
price.
right now. Let's see, Alan Wake. I have new DLC for Alan Wake has been so I do have Alan Wake bonus materials. I have I do have
bonus materials. You got the collector's edition, which comes with the soundtrack.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Very interested in that. Yeah. But also I'm on a JRPG kick as well, because I did say that. Well, so the other problem is I never finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I need to finish it. I want to know how they end Disc 2 before we move on to Disc 3. And I am supposed to be sharing that with Blebby. And then from that, I'm going to play, I think the next one, I'm going to play 10 because I want her to experience the story for 10. And then I also want her to experience the story for 15. 16 right now, as I'm playing it and everything, it has a Devil May Cry kind of gameplay feel to the combat, which I'm just kind of on. I don't know if I don't think I like it as much because I want my Final Fantasy to still feel Final Fantasy, you know?
Fair. I'm gonna, while you're talking, I'm just gonna share this screen if you want to play it on the.
I feel like Final Fantasy 16 is like on paper it like seems amazing, like when you just talk about it to someone it sounds amazing, but when you go in to actually play it, it's just kind of like, all right, you know, it's just kind of good. It's nowhere near close to my favorite Final Fantasy. And you would think it would be great. I'm a little disappointed that it's not as good as it should be to me, you know? I also don't like the fact that the main character in a lot of cutscenes where like important shit is happening is just standing there watching it happen. I'm just like, kill the fucker. He's right there. You came all this way to kill this guy. Why are you standing there letting him get stronger? No. Just chop his fucking head off and be done with it. Don't stop and look. It's those little things that bother the shit out of me. Overall, though, the story and the world and everything is very interesting. I am pulled in. I think it's probably one of the best mature romances as far as like just the main character and his romantic interest. Like, it's a really good, deep, like kind of romance. It's not overly sexualized or anything like that. It's just two people connecting with each other after being kind of reunited from after a long time. And it's just like, damn, you see that chemistry. It's that chemistry. Yep. That's what you get there. So there's a lot of good things going for it.
Circling back to Alan Wake real quick, it's also ironic. Back in high school, I was writing a trilogy.
Oh boy.
Like an actual like novel trilogy.
Yeah.
I'd gotten through a book and a half, and then I heard about Alan Wake and I played it. I'm like, well, shit, I can't finish my books now because it is basically just this game.
All right. So Fenris, something strange is going on. California did a good. Like, California got a W here. Specifically California courts. If you want to know more, let's watch this short real quick.
Preserve online games after publishers close down their Stop Killing Games. The campaign fighting to preserve online games after publishers close down their servers is backing California's new Protect Our Games Act. The proposed law would take effect on January 1st, 2027 and would require companies to do one of the three things if they choose to end server support. 1. Release an offline version of the game. 2. Provide an update that lets players continue playing the game without company servers. Or 3. Give a full refund. Publishers will also need to verify players at least 60 days before shutting down, either through in-game messages or the company website, explain the exact closure date, features that will stop working once it is offline, possible security risks, and how users can keep playing or request refunds. Some products, like free-to-play games and subscription services, may be exempt, which I understand. Don't like it, but I understand. The campaign has also said that its UK efforts are still moving forward, revealing organizers recently met with the UK Department of Culture, Media and Sport and are planning a stronger presence there. So what do you guys think of Stop Killing Games backing California's Protect Our Games Act? What I like about it is that if they were gonna take a game offline, then out of the 3 options that companies are required to do, I personally would prefer if they would give me a way to play the game offline. That way you can continue playing the game that you love. Maybe you can set up a server and play with your friends. That would be my option to go with. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Okay.
He forgot to mention one big thing about this.
Yes.
California's Proposition 65, which means it could cause cancer.
Okay.
I make the joke because everything in California has that warning label saying this product could potentially cause cancer.
Everything could cause cancer. Breathing can cause cancer.
I just look at it like, okay, so living in California causes cancer.
Yes. Well, if anything, it turns you into an asshole. But that being said, well, yeah, no, Northern Cali, yeah, the wine people. Anyway, no, the hoity-toity, yeah, exactly. You know, I think that this is a good law. I'm glad that they put this out there. I'm just worried that now gaming companies are going to move over to the subscription model to try and get exempt from this. Because the thing is, if California adopts it, like if this goes through courts in California and becomes a thing, it could get adopted by the rest of the country, because that's happened before, where a law in California gets made, it gets tried, it has its time in court, and if it goes through in court, then it becomes like federal law or national law, because everybody just adopts it, which I would be glad for, especially if, you know, companies are like, well, especially if they're, because the single player games, they're like, you know, you have to be online to play the single player game. F you, I don't want to do that. Like, I paid for this. It should.
That is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, I paid for this. It's mine. I should be able to play it. This isn't the you paid for a license bullshit. Go F yourself. I like that this is trying to combat the push towards you will own nothing and you will like it mentality that's going on with corporations right now. Are there still ways that companies could circumvent this thing and use loopholes and all that stuff? Yes, there are. But that's what some of the discussions ongoing, because this hasn't gone through the entire process to become a law. This is a bill right now, and it's still going to go through discussions and arguments and, like, I guess you would say edits. I know there's a proper term for it, but I can't think of it right now. It's going to go through different drafts. People will add things, take some stuff out, blah, blah, blah. They're going to fine tune it. And hopefully they take a look and notice that there's some good loopholes there that companies can take care of. The only thing that I feel bad for is like small indie gaming studios that like don't make a lot of money and can't afford to do these things. Like, how do we work on that with small studios? And guys, when I say small studio, I mean 10 or less people. Like, if you got 40 people working on a game, that's not a small studio. I'm sorry. You're nice, and just because you're not AAA doesn't mean you're suddenly not a small studio. You're suddenly a small studio. Blech. My brain's all over the place. There is a more in-depth video, guys, if you want to check that out. But yeah, it's like a 20-minute video, and I didn't want to sit through the whole thing here and make you guys have to go through a full 20-minute video, but I would check out Olive Badger right here because she does go into a lot more detail about what this is and what it could mean. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts that you guys want to share, let me know right now. And any thoughts that you have, Fenris?
Nope.
All right. Well, it's rare we get that California W, man. I was just happy we got a Korea W, you know? Whew. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to address DRM, but we shall see. Oh, yeah. So they announced, I think it was this week. Wasn't it this week they announced that they were going to do a Bloodborne movie, that Sony's working on a Bloodborne movie? I think it was this week because... Yeah, I think it was this week specifically because of CinemaCon being this week. So, yeah, Sony Pictures... yeah, there it is. I answered my own question in the first sentence. Sony Pictures announced at CinemaCon on Monday that it is producing a animated... Oh, it's animated. Okay, that's already much better. I was thinking it was going to be live action. An animated R-rated film adaptation of From Software's Bloodborne game. PlayStation Productions, Lyrical Animation, and YouTuber Jacksepticeye are producing the film, with Sony Pictures and Lyrical Animation parent company Lyrical Media co-financing the film. So I don't want to go too much into it. It's that Soulsborne genre of games. It's dark and it's gothic. Everybody that has played Bloodborne has said how good it is. Now, I'm not really a Soulsborne player, but yeah, I may sit down and watch a video of somebody like diving into the lore of Dark Souls. But yeah, you rage quit Bloodborne. Oh boy. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not into the Soulsborne stuff. Like, I'm not good at those games. I'm not very good at them. And I get frustrated easily when I don't do something right after the fifth time. If I haven't figured it out, and I'm getting mad at myself and I get mad at the game. You're low-key glad it got it's not Kevin Smith. Oh no. Yeah, his reboots are mixed. To be fair though, I did catch some of the stuff that he was doing with the He-Man series that he worked on, and I did really like that. I thought it had much more character development than any of the other He-Man series. But yeah, what do you guys think about this Bloodborne series? Did any of you get this Bloodborne movie? Did any of you breathe a sigh of relief when you found out it was going to be animated instead of live action? Because that's what I thought it was going to be, and I was like, okay, it's a higher likelihood of them doing it justice, you know? Like what you saw from the remixes, but okay. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, everybody's going to come in and have their opinion on different things, and they're always going to try and throw their angle on it. So the weirdest thing to me was like when He-Man came out, like all these like people on this side were like, "Oh my God, it's woke, bro. I don't like it. It's woke." And then all the people on the other side were like, "It's not woke at all. It needs to be woke." And I'm just like, it's fucking He-Man, guys. Let's calm down. Like, yeah. Everybody's just trying to like make everything have to fit their narrative nowadays. And I'm just like, can't we just fucking sit down and watch a show and just like critique if the story and the characters are good and bad, you know? Like that's where I want to be. I don't care if I'm not looking for something that's woke or not woke or any of that shit. I'm over it. Every time somebody uses the term woke, whether they're pro woke or anti woke, I'm just rolling my eyes because you just, at that point in time, you're just ruining a medium for me. I was like, also, these are the same people that say they don't like politics in their media, and they're immediately getting political about stuff. They're like, oh, they're trying to force this and this. I'm like, calm down, people. It ain't that big of a deal. Yeah, I think so at this point in time, including the word woke in a review is just rage baiting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Fenris, do you have any thoughts on the Bloodborne thing? I know I kind of went off topic with the.
I never played Bloodborne. I don't
Same.
ever plan on playing it. I don't like Souls-like games.
To be fair, I think if it's got a really interesting dark and gothic story, I would definitely be down to watch like a movie based on it. That would seem interesting because like I like the vibe of it. It's just gameplay wise, it's just not for me. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. That being said,
Luffy's
I did want to cover this with you guys because I watched this recently. I think it was last night. I was checking this out and I was like, man, this would be a good and interesting thing to talk with you guys about. So a language expert breaks down where One Piece's dub gets things right and wrong. All right, it's Duolingo, which is funny, but it's also misleading at the title because she does compliment them when they do things that are kind of like it may be different, but it's still kind of on brand for the character in certain aspects. So, yeah, let's go ahead and check this out.
Is also so different between the Japanese and the English. Of course. All right. Of course, man, I'll do that for you. That doesn't have the same emotional weight that the Japanese have. I'm Linguistically, and today I'm here with Duolingo comparing One Piece's Japanese originals to the English dubs to understand what they got right and what they may have gotten very wrong.
Okay.
First, let's take a look at how word choice can change a dub. So this is Zoro's introduction scene. In the opening line, he says, in the Japanese, is Nanda.
Nanda.
It's fine. It's also like a little charming. There's something charming about it. It's in like a form that's casual, kind of friendly. But then you hear the English, and he says,
What do you want?
and the English feels so much more aggressive. So he's portrayed as dangerous, which comes across very literally in the English.
You got a death wish, kid? Just scram.
Just from his opening line to this child in the Japanese, you can tell that he's actually very friendly with this kid. And then later, in the nickname that he calls her, in the Japanese he says chibi, which is also very friendly. You can call a neighborhood kid like chibi, which I think the dub does a good job here. Technically he is supposed to be dangerous, but there's something charming about the Japanese one. In this scene, we can see how word choice can change a character's motivation. So in this clip, when he says like, someone like you won't ever become a pirate in the Japanese, it can sound kind of too harsh. The relationship between Shanks and Luffy is very parental. In this moment, Shanks is not trying to aggravate Luffy, but because Luffy is who he is, he's becoming like worked up by it. And I think the English does give the same relationship.
You'll never make it as a pirate.
No! I will make it as a pirate! I'll show you!
But there is the idea that this is a cool uncle figure. The nuance of how much
Is
of like
it
a
bad?
guardianship
To
does
me, it
Shanks
sounded
have?
like Luffy said faux show.
Yeah, a little bit. He's not Rimuru in the dub.
Oh, I need coffee. Holy fuck.
Over Luffy, I think, is more pronounced in the Japanese. Yeah, casually, Shanks loses his arm for this child. And then he's like, yeah, you can be the king of pirates. I believe in you. But
I mean, funny story. If you were caught up with the manga, you actually realize how good of a thing it is that he lost that arm. Not just because of saving Luffy, but what was connected to that arm. And now that arm is gone, not having that connection anymore, really. I'm trying to be as vague and undescriptive as possible. But yeah.
He's trying to say that he no longer has a connection to Ash from Evil Dead 2.
Need chainsaw arms, man. We need chainsaw arms. This is my boomstick.
But that just means that he's such a great parent figure. Like, who could forgive you for that if not your parent? Okay, let's keep watching. So this is a very iconic scene of Luffy receiving his symbol, his straw hat. The Japanese uses azukeru, which means to entrust onto someone else. And the English goes for...
I'll leave this hat to you.
So in the English, the idea of like giving something to someone is kind of like passing the baton. As a kid, like to entrust something, it means that you're leaving it with someone for safekeeping. They have similar effects, but I do think the Japanese here emphasizes the importance of the hat, which is a huge motif throughout the whole anime.
Okay, but I think that, all right, so on this one, I want to point out that this is more kind of a language thing. I don't think that's necessarily that there's something that they did bad in the dub. I just think that there's sometimes with a different language, especially with Japanese, you can use a word to convey a lot of intent, like a sentence worth of intent in just one word. So yeah, I kind of get it.
My favorite one word Japanese sentence is tabaru. Are you hungry?
Taberu. Like my favorite is 2 words, gugurikas. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, Google it, fucker. Part of you wants to impart the scheming you'd find in Game of Thrones, with the kid Luffy saying he'll be king of the pirates, and everyone being like, "Damn, gonna have to kill this kid."
In order to make the English dub more like the original Japanese, I would
bequeath,
swap out leave with entrust, and say my hat.
Okay, here's the problem with that. The thing is, they don't let the dubs of any language edit the animation in any way, shape, or form. So, I give my hat to you. That's 6 syllables. I entrust my hat to you is 7 syllables. Suddenly the flaps don't match. So, yeah. And bequeath is the same problem. It's just I understand the difference in intent, but when you have to match flaps. Yeah. Which is funny because when it comes to the Japanese and them dubbing over something in another language, the Japanese don't give a fuck about flaps. They don't give a fuck. Hell, even in their own language, they don't give a fuck about flaps.
There was a time when when English dubs didn't either. Looking at all those old samurai movies.
Yeah. So true. So true.
It emphasizes possession.
I mean, when I first played Ghost of Tsushima, I kept it the Japanese lip flaps with the English voice, and man, it made the game awesome.
To be fair, I think I am gonna have to, like, pretty soon I'm gonna have to play Ghost of Tsushima on Steam and stream it, and I'm gonna have to make sure that you're there with me so you could just force me to keep playing it and be like, no, like once I put it down and I walk away for a little while and I forget to pick it back up and play it, I just need you there to be like, hey, it's Ghost of Tsushima time this week. Like, we set up a certain day that week and you're just bugging me like, hey, play it. And I'm fine. You know, sometimes I have to be bullied into playing a game.
Do you have my disc of that?
Yes, I do.
I was going to say, I don't remember if I brought it home with me.
You didn't. I still have it. You forgot it.
I mean, if
okay.
that's the only thing I forget down there, I'm okay with it.
I'll forget.
How much I bring on a yearly basis.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on when you get down here for a Kai. Because I have it on Steam now. Because I was like, I should probably stream it. Yeah. Anyway.
And entrust has more of that connotation that was similar to the Japanese compared to just leaving it with someone. So I've seen the Reddit posts, and I agree with you. I think Luffy's voice can be a little annoying, but it might not be only a voice thing.
Also, guys, you gotta understand something. Even in Japanese, he sounds like a kid. Like, Luffy is childish. If you've watched One Piece at all, Luffy behaves very childishly. He sounds like a kid. For a long time, everybody was like, oh yeah, Luffy's 18. I'm like, wait, what? Because he's acting like a kid, and he does not feel like he is that, at that level of adulthood, he acts like he's 5. No, obviously I don't think he's 5.
I can believe he's 18 after the time skip.
Mm-hmm. Apparently he left Fuchsia Village at 17, and then the time skip he's 19. Yeah. He was 17 when he left the Fuchsia Village.
Bullshit.
When
he had to be 13 at most.
You can't get wrinkles on rubber. But no, seriously. He was 17 when he left. That is his canonical age. But yeah, like, just the way he behaves and everything, I'm going to have to disagree with this point. He is childish. Like, that's the whole spirit of Luffy. Also, to everybody bitching about that, well, too fucking bad. Oda approved the voice actors. Suck it.
It might definitely be a word choice thing. In this clip, Chopper's sense of belonging is altered by the translation. First of all, the idea of togetherness.
Okay, hang on a second. What the fuck is with that face? What the fuck is the animation on that face? Oh my god. Oh my god, no wonder Wit's going back and redoing this. Look at Luffy's face. The hell is happening there? Where is your chin, sir? The fuck is happening? God damn. Oh man.
First of all, the idea of togetherness comes up first. Ishoni, let's do this together. Whatever's gonna happen after, at the end of the sentence, we're doing it together. He sets that premise. And then the grammar that he uses to say, let's do it, all of it is about, you're coming with me to be part of us.
You're gonna come on our ship and be a pirate with us, okay?
In the English, you can clearly tell that Luffy's sense of self comes first before the idea of Chopper becoming one of them. It can sometimes feel like a little selfish, where he says, like, you're coming with me.
You're gonna come on our ship and be a pirate with us.
His intention is all...
To be fair, I don't think the intention is to... Luffy is when he's requesting people to join his crew, he does it... It's very selfish in the way that he behaves. He's like, no, come on! It's like he does not stop asking, even when he's told no multiple times. He just keeps bothering him. Like, yeah, Luffy is a selfish character. So, yeah.
About getting Chopper to join the crew. In the Japanese, he first starts with all these reasons why he can't join.
だって俺はトナカイだ角だってひづめだってあるし青っ鼻だし
That he's a reindeer, that he's not human. But the big part of this is the blue nose point. So in Japanese, he says like aoppana, which means like blue nose. It's a nickname that's insulting. It's the same as calling someone like Four Eyes. In the English, it's just a statement. In the Japanese, it's a diss. So it reflects how much Chopper has this like self-hate because of this effect of Chopper just laying out his emotional trauma to these people he met for the first time, but them inviting him anyway with this idea of togetherness. It makes the scene something that's healing. Whereas the English, there's this inspirational note.
But if you wanted to, you could stop by here again. Shut up! Let's go!
But I think it does miss out on.
Yeah, but you know what? Even the English dub still beats like how corny it was in the live action. It was one of those moments. It was like, shut up and go with us! It didn't feel the same. It didn't hit the same notes.
The heartwarming group
Honestly,
factor,
the live action, I was expecting Luffy to just grab Chopper by the horn and drag him along.
Very funny. I'm a reindeer. I'm cold weather based creature. Will I even survive in the tropic areas you sail through? Dude, the first place they go after Drum Island is the desert. Alabasta. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
It's also
if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
One Piece live action handles this scene.
Yes. See, thank you.
Let's go be pirates together. That encompasses the feeling of togetherness that we saw in the Japanese.
I would love to be a pirate with you all, but I can't. I have hooves and antlers and a blue nose. It's impossible.
Just shut up and come with us.
Okay. Oh, I think live action does a good job of bringing back the fuzzy feelings that we had in the
I disagree. I think the live action did it the worst of the three.
Japanese that kind of got lost in the dub. Good job. Next, let's see how cultural differences can impact
Can you
the
dodge
dub.
an Afro
Some
movie?
things don't just get lost in translation. They don't exist in English at all. So in the Japanese, Zeph says, don't catch a cold.
Son!
Like, it's one of the weird things that Japanese parents have particular concerns about. That line from Zeph to Sanji, I think, outlines that relationship between them. That since Sanji was a child, he was taken care of by this person.
Sanji, take care of yourself, okay?
Like, take care of yourself in the English can be a little bit distant. Like, oh yeah, take care. That's not as close as I'm concerned about the image of you getting sick when I can't help you. First of all, he's kneeling in a position that's called dogeza. In Japanese culture, that's a type of kneeling that you only do when things are really serious. You have to physically represent how bad you feel or how grateful you feel. You get on your hands and your knees and your forehead is on the floor level of kneeling. But the language too, he changes his whole sentence structure to be something called keigo in Japanese. We only use it to like your boss, which technically he is his boss, to like really important people with a lot of authority. It's like a huge idea of like raising the person you're talking to and lowering yourself. And he's doing both with his language. This extra formal language doesn't exist in English.
Chef Zeph! Thanks, you geezer. I'll never forget your kindness. I owe my life to you, old man.
They did a well enough job for what they had available in English, but I definitely think there was no real way to translate this set of lines.
That's fair.
This scene, it's a famous barrel scene. Everyone knows this scene. In the Japanese, you can clearly see that idea of togetherness coming back. The big idea for this scene is starting a sentence of, we're going off to the Grand Line because X, Y, and Z. And in the Japanese, each member is filling in this blank with their own goal. But they're all part of that same sentence. We're off to the Grand Line, we're off to the ocean because something. Versus the English, which is that each person is coming in with their own goal, and that goal is their own purpose.
I'm going to the Grand Line to find the All Blue.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates!
The world's best swordsman.
This is like a very fundamentally different cultural idea between Japanese and English, where in Japanese, even if we're all different, in the end game, we're all one entity. Versus English, we all still have our uniqueness. We all, the way that we're structuring our goals is still different, but we can come together to go off on an adventure. Let's see how dubs can change emotions. For Nami's famous scene where she is on the brink of losing everything and she needs to finally ask someone else for help. In the grammar form of it is leave as in it's an order. I'm telling you to leave. In the English, the dub, which has a lot of different versions, she says leave, she says get out of here.
So leave! I told you to leave! Get out of here! Get out of here now! Go!
And there's different effects that they have. So the Japanese one, having her only say that one line in the ordering form grammatically, she's mentally at a point where she cannot form any other thoughts and she just has one word and she's telling him to leave. Versus the English, which through the different variations of the line, there's still a sense of anger, but it's like controlled. You can see that Nami feels more desperate in the Japanese. Like she's telling him to leave, but you can get a sense that she's like pleading to him. So this is the line where Nami finally is realizing she needs to ask someone else for help. In the Japanese, she says "tasukete." I have thoughts about this. "Tasukete" does mean help me, but it means something closer to save me, and in a way that's desperate. When you say tasukete, that involves a lot of emotional hurdle for Japanese. Like, you usually don't ask for help in that sense unless things are dire. So this idea of Nami, who is independent, she has her thing to not ask for help. Not even say tetsudatte, it's please save me. It adds to the amount of desperation she has. This is where definitely the dub has to fall flat.
Luffy, help me.
Help me does not give the same emotional delivery at all. Duo, help me out here. I think we should swap help me for save me. You know how people say it's not about what you said, but how you said it? Yeah, that definitely applies with dubs. Luffy's response is great here.
Fair. That's a fair analogy.
Whew. Okay. Because in the Japanese, he says, atarimae da, which does mean, of course, but it means like, that's a given. I've never doubted at any point that I would help you. There wasn't a single part of me that considered not helping you. And then Luffy's response is also so different between the Japanese and the English.
Of course.
All right.
That's what friends do.
Yeah. Of course, man, I'll do that for you. That doesn't have the same emotional weight that the Japanese had. Before Robin's famous line of wanting to live, Luffy prompts her to say something.
There's still something I want to hear you say! Tell me you want to live!
And in the Japanese, he says like, I need to hear it from your own mouth. It's a common thing in Japanese to say, but also it's the idea that you need to take ownership for your words. This is a very important scene for the fans, and there are a lot of supporters of the dub for this specific line, where a lot of people consider the dub to be better. As a lot of people mention like the voice crack when she says it, which technically does appear in the Japanese too, but it's more obvious in the English.
I want to live!
In terms of emotional delivery, the dub for One Piece overall is, if not better, then at least just as good as the Japanese in some parts, but can fall flat in other places. Let's see how dubs can change with sense of humor. Check out Luffy's iconic Baka song in Japanese.
Oh yeah, the idiots.
Now watch it in English.
The islands in the south are warm, and their heads get really hot. They grow pineapples, they grow coconuts, and they're morons.
That's the thing. With humor and with music, you won't even make it to the second verse. That's how hard it is to translate. Because the dub doesn't have it. They're just like, oh, we don't know how to do this, we don't know how to handle this, we're just gonna move on to the next line and hope no one notices. But I noticed. The fun part about the Japanese Baka song is that it's modeled after that traditional Japanese sound. It has that folk sound, it's like folklory. It also has vocabulary that is like regional. It's not Tokyo Japanese. It tends to be like something that would be considered kind of country bumpkin. So because there's no Japanese folk music in English and there's no regional phrasing for English, that comedy just doesn't come the same way through. So is the One Piece dub really as good as people say? I'm traditionally a sub supporter, but after all of this analysis, I feel comfortable saying that I'm okay with the One Piece dub. What do you think?
I still think that Cowboy Bebop dub is better than sub. Fight me. Oh, and Yu Yu Hakusho's dub is better than sub. Those are not even remotely close. That's where I'm at on this. But yeah, did you guys learn anything interesting from this? What do you guys think? Would you like to see more of this? Because I like this breakdown that they did for One Piece. I'd like to see this done with other anime. See what they did with it, and where the translation goes right and where the translation goes wrong. I'm kind of curious. Would you guys like to see more as well? But yeah. All right. That's it for this part. We only got 4 more things.
Yep. Just a fair warning. I have to take off at 4. Somebody hired me to be their voice coach.
Oh boy. Okay, so
that's gonna be fun.
Okay, Tokyo MX, which is a channel over in Japan, announced on Friday that it is dismissing Hiroshi Date from his position as representative director and chairman during an extraordinary meeting on Wednesday. Following an internal report made last December, the company investigated Date and discovered that he had committed power harassment actions such as inappropriate conduct and remarks towards subordinates. Date then submitted a request on Thursday to resign as director, which Tokyo MX approved to be effective on April 30th. The company stated that it is considering strict disciplinary measures for management accountability and creating measures to prevent it from happening in the future. They put out a couple of different anime like The Angel Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten, and Fist of the North Star. Guys, yeah, this is... I just felt that was kind of big, and it's nice that, you know, there's some accountability going on in the industry now. So, fingers crossed that this accountability can go to other parts of the anime industry, you know, like animation studios. Don't work your animators like they're slaves. All right. So there was a spoiler summary website where the operator was convicted with a suspended sentence. So Coda announced on Thursday that the Tokyo District Court has declared a guilty verdict for Wataru Takeuchi, a 39-year-old man who had uploaded detailed written storyline spoiler summary articles on his website, most notably for Godzilla -1 and the Overlord 3 anime. The court found that the spoiler articles to exceed fair use and violated copyright law. According to the court, a creation of a work in a different form without permission violates copyright law if it retains essential characteristics of the original. The prosecution argued that the detailed spoilers provided essentially a transcript and was sufficient to convey the film, while the defense asserted that a text-only article was not enough to depict the visuals and audio that could only be presented through the full movie. The prosecution further stated that these actions may deter people from watching the actual anime. Regardless, the court found Takeuchi guilty and sentenced him to 1 year and 6 months in prison with a fine of 1 million yen, or roughly $6,300 US. Suspended for 4 years, meaning if Takeuchi remains on good behavior for 4 years, he will not serve time in prison. The court also found the 46-year-old man who wrote the detailed spoiler article for Godzilla -1 on the website guilty last July. Whew. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this? Because this is kind of a different form. This is somebody typing up kind of a spoileristic, they said review, but a very spoiler-filled article of the movie and the series. How do you feel about this? Are you on the side of the prosecution or the defense here for this one? Because I could kind of argue both sides. I could see where, you know, he's putting up spoiler content and like anybody that comes across it and reads it and gets all those details spoiled is like, well, now I'm not going to go watch it because I know what all is going to happen. But also at the same time, I can also sit here and say, no, defense had a point. Like there's a lot more that goes into the production of this movie and these shows than just the story aspect of it. Keep in mind, guys, the argument for that is like me saying I read the light novel for it, so I'm not going to watch the anime. And that's horseshit. I will still watch the anime for a lot of the shows I read light novels for. So it's just up to you, you know? Or saying that because I read the manga, I'm not going to watch the anime. If that was going to stop me, boy, I sure wouldn't be watching much One Piece. So I feel like there's an argument to be conveyed on both sides, but I'm curious to know where you fall on this. All right, got one more Webtoon update. So Webtoon announced on Monday a new global leadership structure, including the creation of a chief business officer role as the company moves to integrate its regional operations and accelerate global expansion. The restructuring follows the appointment of President Young Soo Kim and is aimed at providing execution speed and coordination across markets. And they have appointed Leah Gwyn Yun. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm probably not, as its first CBO, and she will oversee the company's webcomic platform business in Korea and other global regions outside Japan, including growth, marketing, content, and creator management. She previously served as the chief growth and marketing officer at Woowa Brothers and has held roles at McKinsey, Google, and Samsung. All right. All right. So the last thing, the little oopsie that happened, Katakawa's Dengeki online website updated and corrected its article about Taika Kawakami's 30-second manga volume based on Fuse and Mitzvah's That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime light novel series on Wednesday. The article now states that the upcoming volume is the latest volume and not the final volume. The website staff explained that the article, which was published on Tuesday, incorrectly stated final volume, Saishikan, instead of latest volume, or Saishinkan. The staff apologized for any confusion and inconvenience the error has caused. The manga's 30-second volume will ship on June 9th and will have a special edition that will include pamphlet containing a full-color version of the manga's 133rd chapter, The Demon's Whispers. The chapter was previously compiled in the manga's 31st version. And then the rest of it is just backstory on the comic. So, yeah, don't have to get too much into it. But yeah, I wanted to share that little oopsie. It wasn't like a big deal, but yeah, just in case you had seen some sort of clickbait headline, wanted to go ahead and clarify it's not the final volume. That was a mistake. It is, in fact, just the latest volume. So there we go. That is all the news. I finished it. 2 minutes to go. Woohoo! Feel like I was racing those last 3 or 4 stories. But yeah, guys, let me know what all you thought about the stories that we covered this week. And down in the comments, if you like this video, give it a like. If you enjoy this content or any of our abridging content, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell as well so you can get notified when we are doing stuff. That being said, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us at Anime Church, the church where you can cosplay, and we won't judge you for it. That's right. Our judgment is personality-based. I am Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology, and that's Fenris Arun, your patron saint of alcohol and snackos, and we will see you guys later. Take care.
And here I am talking this entire time on mute.
I just figured you were still muted on purpose, so yeah.
Nope. Apparently I had hit the mute button while trying to fix my mouse.
Oh, okay. That's why I covered for you. I was like, oh, yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I just tried to speed run it so that we could finish on time and it wouldn't be a problem for you.
Fair enough. Y'all have a good one.
Bye!